Titus O'Neil. Thaddeus Michael Bullard Sr., born April 29, 1977, is an American professional wrestler and former American football player. He is currently signed to WWE, where he performs on the Raw brand under the ring name Titus O'Neil. Bullard played college football for the University of Florida, and thereafter played in the Arena Football League, AFL. His career as a professional wrestler began when he was part of the second season of NXT and also competed in the show's fifth season, NXT Redemption. He is a one-time WWE Tag Team Champion as part of the Prime Time Players with Darren Young and a one-time WWE 24/7 Champion, being the inaugural holder of the latter title. Early life. Bullard was born in Boynton Beach, Florida. In 2014, he revealed that he was conceived when his mother was raped at age 11. He grew up in Live Oak, Florida, where he attended Sewanee High School. He was a standout player for the Sewanee Bulldogs high school football, and was recognized by USA Today and Parade magazine as a high school All-American as a senior in 1995. Football career. Bullard accepted an athletic scholarship to attend the University of Florida in Gainesville, Florida, and played for Coach Steve Spurrier's Florida Gators football team from 1997 to 2000. He redshirted during the Gators' 1996 national championship season. Bullard lettered the next 4 seasons, playing in 44 regular season games with 3 starts. He was elected student body vice president in April 2000, and graduated in August 2000. While he was an undergraduate, he was initiated as a brother of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. After college, Bullard played in the Arena Football League from 2003 to 2007 with the Utah Blaze, Tampa Bay Storm, Las Vegas Gladiators, and Carolina Cobras. Professional wrestling career. World Wrestling Entertainment / WWE. Florida Championship Wrestling, 2009-2010. Bullard signed a developmental deal with WWE in mid-2009 and began training with their development territory, Florida Championship Wrestling. He made his television debut on the January 16, 2010, episode of FCW's show on Bright House Sports Network as Titus O'Neil in a tag team match with Skip Sheffield, losing to the team of Vance Archer and Alex Riley. On December 3, O'Neil teamed with Damian Sandow to win the FCW Florida Tag Team Championship after defeating Xavier Woods and Mason Ryan in a match for the vacant championship. The pair lost the championship to Seth Rollins and Richie Steamboat on March 25, 2011. NXT, 2010-2012. O'Neil competed in the second season of WWE NXT, with Zack Ryder as his mentor. He debuted on June 8, teaming with Ryder to lose to John Morrison and Eli Cottonwood. During and after the bout the two argued. The following week the two made up. 2 weeks later, O'Neil was the first person eliminated from the second season of NXT, and gave a farewell speech before leaving the arena. O'Neil returned for the season finale on August 31, joining the other eliminated rookies in attacking the winner, Cavill. In March 2011, O'Neil was selected as one of the 6 former NXT contestants to return to the show in its 5th season, NXT Redemption, being mentored by Hornswoggle. In the season premiere, O'Neil defeated Lucky Cannon in the main event. The two also feuded with Darren Young and his pro, Hornswoggle's old nemesis, Chavo Guerrero. Following Lucky Cannon's elimination on the May 14, 2011, episode of NXT Redemption, O'Neil led the fans in a rendition of "Na Na Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye," as a tribute to the recently retired Edge. On the June 21 episode of NXT Redemption, O'Neil's pro from Season 2, Zack Ryder, returned for one night only to face and defeat O'Neil. On the July 12, 2011, episode of NXT, he faced off against Darren Young and Derek Bateman in a triple threat elimination match, which saw him lose to Bateman. 8 days later, O'Neil teamed up with NXT host Matt Striker in a winning effort against Darren Young and Derek Bateman after Young was pinned by O'Neil. On the September 8 episode of WWE Superstars, O'Neil teamed with Percy Watson in a losing effort against Curt Hawkins and Tyler Rex. O'Neil and Watson defeated Derek Bateman and Tyson Kidd, as well as Bateman and JTG, but lost to Darren Young and JTG. On the November 16, 2011, episode of NXT, O'Neil was assaulted by a returning Darren Young. Young was then able to get the better of O'Neil twice in tag team matches. The conclusion to O'Neil's feud with Young came when O'Neil defeated Young in a no disqualifications match on the January 18 episode of NXT. O'Neil then turned heel after the match, verbally ripping on the audience, his former pro Hornswoggle, and NXT itself. O'Neil later urged his friend Percy Watson to also turn his back on the fans on the January 25, 2012, episode of NXT. When Watson refused, O'Neil shoved him and a match between the two was booked, leading to O'Neil defeating Watson. O'Neil continued to attack Watson after the match, leading to Alex Riley saving Watson. O'Neil then formed an alliance with former enemy Darren Young, and the duo teamed up to defeat Watson and Riley on the February 1 and 29 episodes of NXT. O'Neil also faced and defeated Riley on the February 22 episode of NXT. On the March 7 episode of NXT, O'Neil faced Watson, which would result in a loss for O'Neil. O'Neil and Young then moved on to feud with the Usos. The Prime Time Players, 2012-2014. On the April 18 episode of NXT, it was announced that O'Neil, along with Darren Young, had been moved to the main roster. The team made their debut on the April 20 episode of SmackDown with a victory over the Usos. They began a winning streak before their streak was ended on the May 18 episode of SmackDown by WWE Tag Team Champions Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. At the No Way Out pay-per-view, O'Neil and Young won a fatal four-way tag team match to become number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championship after AW turned on his clients Primo and Epico. On the July 16 episode of Raw, O'Neil and Young unsuccessfully challenged Kofi Kingston and R-Truth for the WWE Tag Team Championship. On the August 10 episode of SmackDown, they defeated Primo and Epico in a number one contenders match by disqualification when AW provoked Kingston and R-Truth, who were on commentary, into interfering in the match. That same day, AW was released from his contract. Despite losing AW, the Prime Time Players received a title shot at SummerSlam, but were again defeated by Kingston and R-Truth. On the September 7 episode of SmackDown, the Prime Time Players defeated Primo and Epico and the Usos in a triple threat tag team match to earn another shot at the title. On Raw 3 days later, the Prime Time Players lost their title shot to the team of Kane and Daniel Bryan. At Survivor Series, O'Neil took part in a 10-man elimination tag team match, but was eliminated by Tyson Kidd. At the 2013 Royal Rumble, O'Neil entered the Royal Rumble match at number 7 but was eliminated by Sheamus. On the March 18 episode of Raw, O'Neil played a new character called Pancake Patterson, his uncle, accompanying Darren Young in his match against John Cena, in which Young was defeated. On the August 19, 2013, episode of Raw, the Prime Time Players turned face in a winning effort against the Real Americans, Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger, a week after O'Neil's tag team partner Darren Young's legitimate coming out, which received mainstream media coverage. On the Night of Champions pre-show, O'Neil and Young won a tag team turmoil upon entering last, for the opportunity to face the Shield for the WWE Tag Team Championship but lost to Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns on the pay-per-view. Furthering their face turn, the duo were amongst those who saved Daniel Bryan from being injured by Randy Orton. The Prime Time Players would be forced into a 3-on-1 handicap gauntlet match against the Shield as ordered by the Coup, Triple H, the same as Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, and Rob Van Dam. Slater Gator, 2014-2015. On the January 31, 2014, episode of SmackDown, O'Neil allowed Curtis Axel to pin Young during a tag team match. After the match, O'Neil attacked Young to turn heel and disbanded the Prime Time Players. O'Neil defeated Young at Elimination Chamber. O'Neil lost a rematch to Young on the February 26 episode of Main Event, Following this loss, O'Neil began a losing streak to the likes of Big Show, Sheamus, and Dolph Ziggler. From mid-April to mid-June, O'Neil commonly appeared on Superstars, where he suffered many losses to Kofi Kingston and Big E. He was also unsuccessful in winning 4 Battle Royals, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania XXX, a Battle Royal for the WWE United States Championship in May, a Money in the Bank qualifying Battle Royal in June, and a Battle Royal for the WWE Intercontinental Championship at Battleground. In July, O'Neil formed a tag team with Heath Slater, later known as Slatergator. In July and August, they wrestled on Main Event and Superstars. Despite wins over the likes of Zack Ryder and Sin Cara and Gold and Stardust, they suffered losses to El Torito and Hornswoggle and Big E and Kofi Kingston. In September, Slatergator lost multiple matches to Adam Rose and to the team of Rose and the Bunny. O'Neil entered the Royal Rumble, being eliminated by Dean Ambrose and eventual winner Roman Reigns in 4 seconds. The Primetime Players Reunion, 2015-2016. On the February 16 episode of Raw, O'Neil turned face by saving his former tag team partner Darren Young from an attack from the Ascension, disbanding Slatergator. To acknowledge this breakup, Slater announced on social media that he is going to focus on himself. Then on the February 23 episode of Raw, the Primetime Players officially reunited to battle the Ascension, with Young picking up the victory. O'Neil participated in the second annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 31, before being eliminated by Ryback. At Elimination Chamber, the Primetime Players participated in the first ever Tag Team Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Tag Team Championship, however they were the last team to be eliminated by the winners and defending champions The New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. At Money in the Bank, O'Neil and Young defeated The New Day to win the Tag Team Championship, their first titles in WWE. They later defeated The New Day in a rematch at Battleground. The Primetime Players dropped the WWE Tag Team Championships back to The New Day at SummerSlam in a fatal 4-way match, also involving the Lucha Dragons and Los Matadors. O'Neil and Young would invoke their championship rematch clause for the September 14 episode of Raw, which they ended up losing against New Day. On the November 9 episode of Raw, O'Neil would enter the 16-man tournament to crown the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, losing to Kevin Owens in the first round. On the Survivor Series kickoff show, O'Neil participated in a 5-on-5 elimination tag team match, teaming with the Dudley Boys, Neville and Goldust to defeat Stardust, The Ascension, The Miz and Bo Dallas. On the February 8, 2016, episode of Raw, O'Neil had what was described as a playful, physical altercation with Vince McMahon as the show was going off the air while the two were on stage during Daniel Bryan's retirement celebration. The following day, O'Neil was suspended for unprofessional conduct relating to the incident, with the suspension reportedly lasting up to 90 days. It was later confirmed that he would be suspended for 60 days. On the May 2 episode of Raw, O'Neil returned from suspension, participating in a battle royal to determine the number 1 contender to the WWE United States Championship. On the May 26 episode of SmackDown, O'Neil entered a feud with United States champion Rusev. This set up a match between O'Neil and Rusev for the United States Championship at Money in the Bank, which he lost. After the match, Rusev taunted and disrespected O'Neil's children. The following night on Raw, a rematch was scheduled but O'Neil attacked Rusev before the match began. On the July 4 episode of Raw, O'Neil lost in another title match to Rusev, ending the feud. Titus Worldwide, 2016-2018. On July 19 at the 2016 WWE Draft, O'Neil was drafted to Raw. On the August 1 episode of Raw, O'Neil started a slow heel turn when he questioned his former tag team partner Darren Young on his motives on being great again. Later that night, he defeated Young by pinning him while grabbing Young's tights. Afterwards, O'Neil got into a backstage altercation with Young's manager Bob Backlund, ending in Young coming to Backlund's defense by attacking O'Neil. The week after on Raw, Young defeated O'Neil by pinning him while grabbing O'Neil's tights, mimicking the way O'Neil defeated him. On the August 15 episode of Raw, O'Neil and Young reconciled and were placed in a match against the Shining Stars. During the match, O'Neil attacked Young with a clash of the Titus, cementing O'Neil's heel turn. Starting from September 2016, he began a losing streak whilst debuting a new gimmick known as the Titus brand. On the October 31 episode of Raw, O'Neil competed in a battle royal to determine who would join Team Raw at the upcoming Survivor Series pay-per-view against Team SmackDown, but was eliminated by Sami Zayn. In April 2017, Apollo Crews caught the attention of O'Neil's new Titus brand after being drafted to Raw and recruited him on the brand. He later recruited cruiserweight Akira Tozawa to his brand, which he renamed to Titus Worldwide and turned him face in the process. After Dana Brooke challenged Asuka to a match on the November 27, 2017, episode on Raw, in which she lost, O'Neil recruited Brooke to join the brand. Brooke made her first official appearance with the team on the January 1, 2018, episode of Raw, accompanying Crews along with O'Neil in a match against Bray Wyatt, in which he was defeated, and at this point Tozawa quietly left the team. On the January 8, 2018 episode of Raw, O'Neil and Crews defeated Cesaro and Sheamus in an upset win. On the January 29 episode of Raw, Crews and O'Neil competed in a match against Cesaro and Sheamus for their Tag Team Championships, in which they were unsuccessful at capturing the titles. On February 25 at Elimination Chamber, they competed in another match for the Raw Tag Team Championships, in a losing effort. On Raw the next night, Cesaro and Sheamus defeated Titus Worldwide in a 2 out of 3 falls match to retain the title, winning 2-0 to end the feud. O'Neil later participated in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at the WrestleMania 34 kickoff show, but he was unsuccessful in both matches. He was also part of the 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble event, in which he was eliminated by Braun Strowman. While running to the ring to participate in this match, he famously tripped and slid underneath the ring, which led to several internet memes and reactions from fellow superstars. A couple of days later on Raw, during a match between Baron Corbin and No Way Jose, O'Neil would try to amend for that mistake, but as he entered the ring, he slipped and fell from the apron. On the September 3 episode of Raw, Dana Brooke parted ways with Titus Worldwide after a mid-match coaching backfired, causing Brooke and Ember Moon to lose to Bayley and Sasha Banks. On the October 15 episode of Raw, Crews, without O'Neil, returned as a singles competitor, thus disbanding Titus Worldwide. Return to singles competition, 2018 present. On the November 2 episode of Main Event, O'Neil returned to singles competition, defeating Mojo Rawley. On January 27, 2019, at the Royal Rumble, O'Neil entered the Royal Rumble match at number 11, but only lasted 5 seconds as he was quickly eliminated by Curt Hawkins. At WrestleMania 35 in April, O'Neil competed in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which he failed to win. On the May 20 episode of Raw, O'Neil became the inaugural holder of the 24/7 championship. His reign ended in less than a minute when Robert Roode pinned him. Charity work. Bullard is heavily involved in charity work with various non-profit groups in the Tampa Bay region. He has helped more than 245 student athletes across the Tampa Bay area get into college, lead corporate volunteers in reading books to children in after-school programs, used his story to inspire employees from all types of companies to volunteer, and taken part in United Way's walking school bus program in at-risk neighborhoods by escorting children to school on foot to make sure they get there on time and can gain access to a healthy breakfast. Bullard hosts an annual Joy of Giving event, where he hands out toys to more than 1,000 children. He also visits children with cancer in the hospital. Bullard became the 261st Lightning Community Hero in 2012 with a $10 million, 5-season commitment to the Tampa Bay community. Through this evening's game, in total, the Lightning Foundation has granted $13.2 million to more than 300 different non-profits in the greater Tampa Bay area. In 2017, the founders announced that the Community Hero program will give away another $10 million over the next 5 seasons. Personal life. Bullard has 2 sons named Thaddeus Jr., TJ, and Titus. He resides in Tampa, Florida, and is a devout Christian. He won the 2015 Mega Dad Award for Celebrity Dad of the Year. He is a good friend of Dave Bautista, who defended Bullard during his suspension from WWE in early 2016. Championships and accomplishments.